Okay, so you've done your trout wool pack, and the prawns are caramelizing just gently, like the saffron sauce is wafting up, and now what's left? You're right, digest it. But you know, it's said that you are what you eat. That's not true. You are what you digest. That's true. So, on the subject of digestion, I've cooked up something special in this upper oven. Good heavens! It's Bill Nye, the science guy.
Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
In a way, the food we eat is no more inside our bodies than a finger can be inside the hole of a donut. See, our bodies are like a donut, or like a string of donuts that runs from our mouths all the way through the middle of our bodies and ends up, well, in the end. Eating is amazing because our body is like an engine that runs on fuel, chemicals. And the fuel, the chemicals we need to keep going, we get from the food we eat. So when you think of food, think of it as fuel for your body. Now when you say fuel, you're saying like we burn it? And you go, yeah, that's right. Our bodies combine the chemicals in our food with oxygen. The same way you combine the chemicals in a piece of wood with oxygen when you burn a match. Take a look at this. It's our food-powered steam cart of science. And it's gonna run on food. In this case, cereal. We're gonna put a little cereal in the bowl here and burn it. That's right. Should be like grinding food up in your mouth. Now, when our bodies combine the chemicals in our food with oxygen, they do it very efficiently at low temperature. Not so with the chemical-powered food fuel cart of science. We need to add a source of oxygen. For that, we'll use potassium nitrate. It's mostly oxygen. We mix them up and put them in the cart. We were running this thing earlier, so we can get it started. Should take off pretty well. There it goes. Now let the boiler build up a little pressure. Okay, that should do it. Yeah! See? Food is fuel.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm kind of low on energy. We could keep sitting here.
Okay.
Attention all units. Attention all units. Code orange. 2 kids. Low on energy. Corner of Kyman Pylori. Respond immediately. Over.
Let's roll.
If you want to have a blast, you gotta have fuel. Food. It's fuel for life.
Excuse me, sir. Are you ready to order?
Yes. IBN, I didn't know you worked here.
Well, good rolls are hard to come by, but I'm up for this part in the science show for kids, and I really think I nailed it. So, do you know what you'd like, or should I tell you about our specials?
Well, I have a pretty good idea, but I'd like to hear your recommendations.
Well, we do have a lovely broccoli bisque, low in fat, high in calcium. Very delicious.
I was thinking more along the lines of a sandwich.
Ah, well then, I suggest our focaccia bread with sun-dried tomatoes, gorgonzola, and a free-range basil pesto.
No, I think I'd like regular peanut butter and jelly.
Ah, well then, may I recommend our extra smooth peanut cream with singed hyacinth preserves?
No, I think I'd like regular peanut butter and jelly.
You sure you would prefer a cactus flower jam? Roasted honey? Plantain puree? Dandelion compote?
No,
Low kiwi conserve? Mole medley?
no, I think I'd like crunchy peanut butter, grape jelly, leave the crust on, diagonally cut.
Very well, and to drink?
A carton of your finest homogenized 2% milk.
boring and yet eloquently simple. Bill, I like it.
Thanks, Vivian.
These bones and muscles of yours get their strength and energy from the food you eat. Sit down here and we'll give you something to eat right now. There you are.
Everything we eat ends up in our stomach. That's right. Watermelon, popcorn, pumpkin bread, even cheeseburgers. Everything ends up in our stomach. So let's say that this balloon is the stomach balloon of science. And we're going to eat a milkshake. Drink a milkshake. We swallow it. It goes down our food tube, our esophagus, into our stomach. And once it's in our stomach, powerful muscles start to squeeze it, to break down our food so that our body can absorb the chemicals we need. Was that your stomach?
No, I think it was yours, Bill. When you get hungry, your stomach muscles contract to remind you to give it some food to digest.
Now, along with the squeezing muscles, our stomachs have a powerful acid, hydrochloric acid. We have some of it right here in the lab.
We're wearing safety gloves and goggles because the stomach acid is strong enough to go through your skin. Now, what should we start with first?
Cheeseburger.
Okay, cheeseburger sounds good. First, we have to break it up.
Normally, when we break up our food, we use something like this.
Yeah, something like that, Bill. Then, we drop it in the acid. Wait a minute. Nothing's happening.
See, it takes hours and hours for the acid in our stomach to break down our food. Now, in this beaker, we have a piece of cheeseburger and some of this same acid. We put it in there last night. Now it's this purplish mess. But it took hours. But listen, the acid in our stomach is very powerful. Take a look. May I use your tongs?
Go ahead.
This is ordinary aluminum foil, and I'm going to put it in some hydrochloric acid, the same acid we have in our stomach. Now, stick with me. It takes a minute. There it goes.
Now, that's what happened to the food in your stomach after you eat it.
That's right.
So why doesn't acid eat our stomachs? Well, our stomachs are lined with this stuff called mucus. Mucus protects our stomach walls from the acid inside. Plus, you grow a brand new stomach lining every 3 days. But every once in a while, you get what's called an ulcer. Ask your parents about ulcers.
Oh, hi. Welcome to Digestion Digest. I was just looking over the menu. And there's so many different kinds of things that we can eat. You know, we eat about 1 kilogram of food every day, and we drink about 3 liters of water every day. We can eat everything, all the way from broccoli to chicken to eggplant to chocolate mousse. And we get nutrients from all these different kinds of foods. Now, it all starts right here, when we look at food and when we smell it. That's right. We take the food in our mouth and our mouth starts to water, or salivate. We use our teeth and our tongue to grind it up. And then we swallow it. It goes down our food tube, our esophagus, into our stomach. From there, it gets broken down some more by acid and squeezing of our stomach. Then it goes into our small intestine. And that's where enzymes, special chemicals that we have, absorb all the chemicals that we need from our food. Then from the small intestine, it goes into the large intestine, and from there, well, it's on its way. Now, when we say small intestine, you know, it's really not that small. For an adult, for a person like me, small intestine is about 7 meters long. Now, if you're a kid, it's about 4 meters long. Still, it's pretty doggone long. And then the large intestine, well, it's somewhat bigger around than the small intestine, and it's about 2 meters long. So the whole trip is like 10 meters. It can take anywhere from 12 hours to 2 days for the food that we eat to work its way all the way through our bodies to the end. Yeah, that's a lot of information. It's a lot of food. It's a lot to digest. Well, thanks for joining us on Digestion Digest.
That's actually, that's the name of our group. That's the name of our singing group.
Self-explanatory.
See, we got the corn.
In the corn, right at the garden too.
Take the grub.
Okay, kid.
Nice little meal here now.
Ooh,
This will work.
Ooh, juicy.
Let's pick leaves.
Never
Nice
go hungry.
tomatoes and stuff, you know.
Never.
Ain't even have to go to the grocery store to get them, you know.
See, we picked these tomatoes with our own bare hands.
You know, we need corn.
Yeah, I got a good crop this year.
Urban jungle here, you know.
I think more schools ought to do this. Grow their own vegetables as like, class projects, get credit for it.
I'm the chef today. Top chef.
Make real thin slices.
Want cheese?
Yes. Made that with our own hands, you know.
Yeah, real free.
My favorite part of the day. Lunch.
And dinner and breakfast and
Jalapeno.
Tastes great. Let's do it.
That's what I call a burger.
Hello! It's a long trip to your digestive system.
So if you think of your digestive system as a tube, you can see why scientists don't really consider food to be inside your body.
What would happen if you ate grapes upside down? Would they go up your throat into your stomach? Try this for yourself at home. Lucky for us, the food we eat doesn't fall from our mouth to our stomach. It's actually pushed along by muscles in our throat. That's called peristalsis. And that's why astronauts are able to eat and digest food in space where there is no gravity. Far out!
So how does our body absorb the chemicals, the nutrients in the food we eat that we need to keep going? Well, it all starts with chyme. No, not chime. Chyme! Chyme is the goopy, soupy stuff that we make in our stomachs and squeeze that our body digests. See, it's a lot easier for our body to move chyme around than it would be, say, for whole burgers or a plate of fries. Now, digestion begins in the mouth. Now, what's in your mouth? That's right, saliva. Most of us make about 1 liter of saliva every day. That's a lot of spit. So, let's have something to eat, shall we? We'll have a burger, a few fries. And we'll put them in the mouth-o-matic. Now, for saliva today, we're going to use a chocolate shake. That looks good. Yep, now we got to chew it up. So we'll energize the old mouth-o-matic. Now, when there's food in your mouth and you're chewing, you often use your tongue to move it around. Same way cooks use a spatula to move food in a blender. Yeah, the old mouth-o-matic's chewing away. That ought to do it. Now we'll take the food in our mouths. This is going to be the chyme. And the food works its way down our esophagus, our food tube. Then a valve over our stomach opens, and the food gets in our stomach, where we squeeze it and mix it with acid. Then when it's chyme, the pyloric valve opens. What? The pyloric valve, it opens and lets food pass from our stomach into our small intestine. Our small intestine absorbs the chemicals in our food, much the same way a towel soaks up water. After the small intestine, it goes into the large intestine, and then, well, it's on its way. See, the whole process starts with chyme. Chyme is on your side.
My name is Kathy Sadeo, and I'm a wildlife biologist. I work here at the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium in Tacoma. And today we're going to be looking at how some different zoo animals digest their food. This is Odie. He's our Burmese python. Now, right now, Odie is eating a rat, but snakes can catch and digest prey up to about 3 times the width of their mouth. Animals almost as big as they are. Now, a meal that big can take up to 2 years to digest. This is Cindy. She's our Asian elephant. Now, Cindy eats about 150 pounds of hay every day. Digestion in elephants is very inefficient, so you're going to find a lot of undigested food in these when you pick them apart.
Actually, it doesn't look gross on the inside. Just like...
When Enoch eats his food, just like all other whales and dolphins, he doesn't chew, okay? He's going to swallow his food whole. Look, right down. His teeth aren't very big because he doesn't need to swallow that. otters need to eat a lot of food every day. They live in very cold water, and so they need to eat a lot to stay warm. Contrary to popular belief, most bats don't drink blood. Most of them eat fruit. They digest the fruit really quickly, only about 20 minutes, and then the seeds show up in their feces, and those droppings are scattered all over, and they help to replant forests.
Thank you for joining us in these exciting last few minutes of the food pyramid. So far, player 1 is in the lead with 3 servings of milk, yogurt, and cheese, but player 2 is not far behind with 5 servings of bread and 1 fruit. Player 1, please go ahead. Okay, Johnny, I'll take beans for 300 calories, please. Player 1, are you aware that this is the breaking point? If you answer this question correctly, you will have reached all 2,200 calories, completing your daily supply as stated in the dietary guidelines, and win a year's supply of the food of your choice. If you answer incorrectly, however, you will lose the fat bonus, and player 2 will win. I'm ready, Johnny. Okay, then. For 300 calories, we're looking for the type of beans served with tacos, player 1. Beans.
Just look at all these fabulous beans.
Fava beans? No. We're looking for the type of beans served with tacos. White kidney beans? No. Could it be pork and beans? Oh, I'm sorry. The answer we're looking for is refried beans. That's refried. But that means, player 2, you win! We'll see you back here tomorrow night completing the Fruits and Vegetables Hall of Good Taste. Until then, I'm Johnny Digest. Thank you for joining us. Happy eating!
So, what is waste anyway? Well, basically, it's what's left over after your body has squeezed and extracted all the nutrients it can from the food you eat. It's very natural. It's the last step in the digestion process. It happens every day. You done yet? Every day.
Bread here.
So, food is fuel, and everyone needs fuel to keep going. But unfortunately, not everyone can get enough fuel. And that's why we have places like these. This is a food bank. It's a place where people can come to get food. So right here we have beans and rice. Together they make a complete protein. That's good. That's real good. But just a minute. See, we have the richest society in the history of the world, and yet there are people who can't get enough fuel to run their bodies. They can't get enough food. Now look at all this food we have. We have apples from New Zealand.
Oh, here he goes again. See, Science Guy gets like this with things that are really important to him. Just give him a minute to get it off his chest, and he'll be right back. See, here he comes. Told you.
The people can't get enough fuel. The key is education. Thanks, I feel better now.
All right, this is the human digestive system. Food goes in our mouth, then our teeth grind it and mash it up. That helps break the food down so our body can get access to the nutrients. Then it travels to our stomach, where it's mixed with hydrochloric acid to help break it down even more. Then into the small intestine, a very long tube where the food winds through over 7 meters of wrinkles and bends as our body absorbs and digests it. Next stop, the large intestine. That's the colon. It's where the stuff that can't be digested, the waste products, are dried so they can be shipped out of there. Get it along.
Here comes the food! Here comes the food!
Food in your face, gotta get some. Eating and drinking is good. Get you going, have a snack. Double stop back, got to eat. What a treat. Come on, go it down. Eating what you want. Healthy comes down. Growing stronger with my body's juice. Keep eating it up. So turn me loose and turn her organ called intestine. Helps up with digestion. Food, be my food. I'm talking about the stuff I ain't make yet. It's hard to believe that I might have the heat in my gut going down. I just
Well, that's our show. Thanks for joining us. You know, all this talk about food and digestion has made me hungry. Well, over to the teeth, over to the gums, down the esophagus, through the stomach, the small intestine, large intestine. Look out, here it comes. I cracked myself up. See ya.
Produced in association with the National Science Foundation.